All right, so in this video, I just want to quickly walk through the new tea offerings and then the incense and agarwood oil. And I'm going to be offering the incense and the oil on kind of a private reserve pre-launch type of basis, where I'll be offering it to a small group of people at a discounted rate, just to get it in the hands of people who can appreciate and understand and value the quality and the benefits for what these things have to offer. So long story short, if you want to learn more about those incense or the tea offerings, then put your email in the form below and I will send you all that information. So you'll see like a link there, click the link, go to the form, put in your email, and then I'll email you back all the information. And I'm just doing this video because I've been getting quite a few emails from people asking me about these things, just because I've talked about it in my live streams and talked about it for the last few weeks. So I just kind of wanted to do this video, put all the information in one place so that we can all reference it. So basically, long story short, there's kind of two things. First is I have 4 new teas that I've been talking about for a couple months now, which I'm already kind of selling on a private basis, but will eventually be up on HyperionHerbs.com probably in the next couple of weeks. But for people who are trying to get it ahead of time, I'm already sending it out, which I would say 3 out of the 4 teas I'll have on a long-term regular basis. But this one in particular, the 90 Sinking Chung, this is a really limited run, and I only have, I think, less than 30 ounces of it left. And once it's gone, this one's gone. But I'll be replacing it with another tea. But this tea is really quite special and unique. So, and then the other side, the other number 2 point of this is the incense and the oil. So I'm going to talk through each thing. But again, if you want to get in on the pre-order and get the incense and the oil at a super discounted rate, just put your email in the link below and I'll send you the information. So I would say starting first, since it's, I guess, fresher in my mind and I just mentioned it, I'll talk through basically these 3 things. So what I'm going to be offering is agarwood oil, sandalwood incense, and agarwood incense. So this is the sandalwood, and this I'll be doing 20 grams of sandalwood, which is this tube. The retail on that will be $45, but I'm going to be doing the pre-order for people for like $30, which is rather discounted for 20 grams of incense. And then this will be the agarwood. This is it'll be a 5 gram, and I actually don't have a ton left just because I've been burning it every day. But this will be a 5 gram tube for basically for the same price. But one thing that I need to point out about these is just the quality basis. For one, there is no filler, no binder, no flow agents, no mixture, no chemicals, no nothing. It is pure pure bead grade wood pressed by hand into incense. So it's handmade incense made from bead grade wood, meaning usually the best quality of wood that has the most oil content and the most aromatic things going on just gets pressed into beads for bracelet or necklace. So these are made from sort of the trimmings or what's left over from that. So it's really high quality wood, but because it's made from the bead trimmings, we're able to offer it at actually a better deal, because not a lot of people would necessarily use this caliber of wood for incense. And again, it's made by hand and completely pure. So honestly, even though these sticks are quite large, and even just for the sandalwood, the dry aroma is quite nice and profound. And then I have here just some pure Mysore sandalwood oil, and just smelling it side by side with the incense, it smells pretty identical. So this is a really nice incense, and honestly you only need like a very small amount of it to actually fill your room and kind of resonate your space. What I mean by resonate your space, I mean like I'm in my living room, and I usually, what I'll do is I'll close the doors and then burn some incense and then do some training or sitting practice or drink tea. So it's, you eventually just kind of sit in the atmosphere and it kind of fills the space, almost kind of like music, or it's more kind of like a background music. It kind of sets the tone, sets the mood. And then when you walk in and out, it kind of, you really can notice it. So it's strong and it's noticeable if you know where to look and how to look. But if you're not really in tune with your senses, you're not really sensitive to these things, you might not really pick up on it that much, because again, it's something that you have to be able to develop the ability to listen to. And the more your ability to listen goes up, the more you will get out of it, and the more rewarding and enriching and just mood altering that it can be. Because these woods are traditionally known and pretty much proven to positively shift your mindset, positively shift your emotional and mental state. And to be quite honest, like in the wintertime, you know, we have months without much sun, and usually I would get a little bit dull or lethargic, or my mood would dip, but I would just burn some of this every day and didn't have any of those effects, and it just would almost be like instant happiness in a way. And this is basically what these things are known to do, and also supporting any type of internal training or work that we might be doing. So it's a really just beautiful, elegant, just it feels very special and unique to be able to burn these things and have them around. So very excited for that. And then the second thing, and arguably my favorite, is this Agarwood oil, which you can see, if you see it moves like almost like honey or molasses. It's very thick, it's very viscous. It's like this particular one's very sticky. This is a really incredible oil. And honestly, when I got this oil, I literally almost cried because I was so happy and just stoked to have dialed in and found the source for this quality of oil. And just to put this in context, the top end of Agarwood would be called Kinam or Kiara. So I have some Kinam and I've burned some, and honestly this oil has notes of Kinam in it, and it's really quite profound. So I'll be offering this as well within the pre-order basis of what I'm talking about with the incense. But just to put it in context, this oil is very rare, very precious, and is usually quite expensive, if not nearly impossible to find. But fortunately, I've been able to find a good source and have a good relationship with them, so I'm going to be offering it at pretty much a fraction of what it should be going for. Because again, at this point in time, it's not necessarily a business venture. It's more so I want to share and get this in the hands of people that can appreciate it. So basically, the primary smell of this oil and why I like it is it has a strong strong kind of sweetness, but it's like kind of a toasted sugary type of sweetness with an underlying kind of cinnamon spice, star anise type note, kind of wrapped in a spring flower type thing, but then also having a base of just kind of an old wood type thing. Like if you walked into a really old Chinese tea house, like a clean old Chinese tea house, I would just kind of imagine that this would be the smell. And for me, honestly, this was a smell that just goes straight to my heart, or straight to like my middle dantian, let's say, and just has like really strong mood altering effects. And it's a really incredible oil. So I'll be stoked to be able to share that with people, because there's literally, I mean, I had to search pretty much hours and hours and hours a day, and I spent many thousands of dollars searching for high-grade incense and high-grade agarwood. So I'll be stoked to be able to share those. So again, if you want to get in on the pre-order discount thing, definitely put your email in the box below, and I'll send you more info about that. So now getting into the teas that I will be having available. There's 4 in particular. 3 I have here, and one of them I actually don't have a label for yet. But then the one I don't have a label for is an 80s loose leaf Liu-Bao, which is the best Liu-Bao that I have ever tasted. I mean, it can and has won awards just on its flavor alone, but then its flavor, its ability to brew for a long time, its overall tea quality, it's extremely high-end tea that is really quite good. The second tea is this 90s 100 gram tocha, which tocha just basically means like mushroom shape, mushroom cake. And this one, it has strong menthol and camphor aromas and flavors. And of all the teas, this one is the most like stimulating and has the most kind of upper type of vibe to it. Not stimulating like coffee, it's nowhere near that level, but relative to the others, it has much more of that clarity, like productive, want to get things done type vibe. Whereas on the other end of the spectrum, this 90s sinking shung is, why I called it sinking is because it will usually sink you and lay you out, and you generally might not feel like getting stuff done afterwards. You just kind of want to enjoy life or eat some good food or kind of just appreciate things, but not necessarily be that active. Because many times when I've drank it with my friends, it kind of starts off where in the first quarter to half of the session we're kind of more giggly, almost have laughing quite a lot, and then it just goes to a really strong sedative type thing and can really kind of clear your mind and calm everything down and have nice strong muscle relaxing properties. And the primary flavor profiles of that is in the beginning it's very sweet and floral, where you can tell, oh, this used to be a young pu'er tea, and then it quickly shifts into a woody camphor in some of the ginseng Chinese herb type flavors. And then it pretty much just stays with those things, and it's all enveloped in a nice sweetness and a very clean aging. There's no bitterness or astringency or weirdness going on. It's very smooth, and it brews for quite a long time and has, again, that really profound sinking quality. Third one is this 80s loose leaf shung pu'er, which is, again, very along the lines of the camphor woody, but has more of the red date and lotus type flavors and aromas going on. Again, it also has a nice sinking, calming quality, but not quite as sedative as the 80s sinking. It's something you can definitely drink all day long, and it's not going to put you down, but it's also not going to be very stimulating. It's nice and sinking and relaxing, and it brews up really dark and really rich and is just insanely high quality. So those are the 4 teas. We have the 80s Liu-Bao, which is ridiculous, the 90s tocha, it's a 100 gram tocha, the 90s sinking shung, and then the 80s loose leaf. And honestly, I don't go into any of the details about the region it's from, the recipe number, or the factory, or any of these other sort of tea nerd type details, because I personally don't care. I'm concerned with what matters in a tangible, physical, visceral basis, not what will allow me to sound cool talking on online groups and message boards, basically. I don't consider myself a tea nerd. I consider myself more of like an actual connoisseur of things that are tangibly and repeatably authentic and good. So that's more of what I focus on, which is the actual body quality and the flavors. And in general, what I'm interested in for tea, and all of the teas that I will sell and do sell will have these qualities, meaning sinking, relaxing, calming type, almost sedative and sometimes very sedative properties, because I think that's what's actually balanced and balancing. And on the other side, the flavor will be camphor, menthol, sweet, aged wood, and then some of the ginseng Chinese herb aromas, and then some of the lotus in there as well. And then even some of the other teas that I have coming down the line, like these aged buds, which are just pure aged buds. The flavor of this is almost like root beer. It's ridiculous. It brews forever, and again has these balancing, centering kind of qualities, which is again what pu'er should be and what it was for a very long time. So that's sort of what I'm interested in. All of my teas will have that quality basis, and these are things that I searched for many years and spent probably $10,000 to $15,000 or more trying literally everything until I actually found some actually good sources of people that are on the same page. But honestly, I talked to so many people in the industry and they had no idea about what I was looking for and were like, oh, I've never heard of that. So I'm like, okay, well, you're kind of, I don't want to say out to lunch or clueless, but you just maybe have a different take on things. Because obviously quality is a relative thing, meaning someone might define quality as, oh, it's from this region and it was picked on this elevation and picked at this time and is from this factory. That might be quality because they're in their head about things. Or quality is like, whoa, I drink this, the flavors are this, it relaxes all my muscles and makes me feel more centered and balanced, etc. So anyways, just wanted to give you more information about the 4 teas and then the two incense and then the oil. So again, if you want to learn more about these or you want to get in on the sort of discounted pre-order type thing, put your email in the form below or click the link, go to the form, put in your email, and I will email you back information about these. I'm not going to spam you or blow you up or literally send you anything other than just pure information about these. And if you want to get them, that's cool. If not, don't. But if you don't feel like you want to get them or you're not that interested, then don't put your email in the form. Like if you don't know what any of these things are and you don't really feel an appetite, then don't do it. I literally only want people who feel an attraction and can appreciate and value these things for what they are, which is very special, very unique, very rare, and very hard to come by. And I've spent a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of work to be able to have these connections and to be able to share and offer these things, and at a price point that is actually reasonable and accessible for hopefully quite a lot of people. Because at this point, I'm not yet doing these as a business, so I'm just trying to get it in the hands of people and get more feedback, because I've been sharing it with all my friends over the last couple of months and it's changed their lives and it's profoundly changed mine and improved the quality of my life quite a bit. It's really such a nice thing to be able to enjoy these high quality teas and these incense and oils together, and it just can really elevate your quality of life to a much higher degree. And this is not something new, not something I came up with. It's just what's culturally and historically been known for quite a long time. So anyways, thanks for watching this video. Again, put your email in the form, or click the link, put your email in the form below if you want to get in on the pre-order discounted thing. And either way, I will talk to you soon.